step number 1, we are going to cook the noodles. So we're using some Nongshim noodles. You could use any version of the noodles. Just the raw noodles in some water without any seasoning. Just going to cover the lid and cook this for about 5 minutes. So while the noodles are cooking, we have some seasoning from the packet, which we're going to empty out in a bowl. All these come along with the noodles. These are some dried vegetables. We're going to add some soy sauce to this, some oyster sauce, some vegetable broth or some chicken broth, depending upon if you're cooking it with chicken or some tofu. Give this a nice mix, and we are going to save this for our seasoning. So once all the water has dried up, the noodles have cooked completely. Now we're going to turn off the flame, set this aside and start stir frying a couple of ingredients. In a wok, add some sesame oil. Now if you're cooking vegetarian lo mein, you have to use tofu. If you're using meat, use some chicken. We have some chicken breasts which are thinly sliced here and some tofu which have been diced into cubes. Once the sesame oil is heated, we're going to add in the tofu and cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once the tofu is golden brown, we're going to take it out of the bowl, return the pan to the flame, and in the same pan, we're going to add in some chicken. We're going to season the chicken slightly with a pinch of salt, crushed black pepper, and a dash of the seasoning that we've made, just so that it doesn't burn. Now on a high flame, stir it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once the chicken has cooked completely, we're going to add it to the bowl. Now return the pan to the flame, add a little bit of sesame oil, some chopped ginger and garlic. Now all these burnt ends of the chicken, the tofu, they're going to add in an extra flavor. Some sliced onions. Now we have some portobello mushrooms here. You could use regular button mushrooms. We also have some rehydrated shiitake mushrooms. We're going to add a pinch of salt and allow the vegetables to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once the mushrooms have cooked, we're going to add in the noodles, some carrots, some snap peas. Break them. Now we're going to fold in the seasoning. We're going to add in the chicken. Now, if you're using tofu, please add it towards the end or it's going to crumble in the whole mixture. So we'll use the tofu in the end. Just going to give it a nice mix. Toss everything together. We're also using some bok choy. Just break it slightly. Always add it towards the end or else the bok choy will wilt. We're going to allow this to cook for about 30 to 40 seconds on very high heat. So right when you take it off the flame, that's when you fold in the tofu and just very gently toss it together. That's it. It's time to serve the lo mein. Garnish it with some spring onions or some bird's eye chili. You could always enjoy it as a dish by itself or with any noodles or gravy that you like.